Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. This is Dirt Bike Channel. I'm your host Kyle Brothersen. Today we're going to talk about the best way that I have found to secure and haul one of your bikes around in the back of the truck. Stick around. I'm also going to briefly show how I get two bikes in the back of the truck and I'm still able to shut the tailgate on a truck that has at least a 6.5 foot bed. So over the decade that I've actually been riding dirt bikes, I've used a few different methods of actually securing my bikes in the back of the truck and tying them down. You've probably seen a lot of people doing a lot of different things, but I've kind of honed in on this one method that I like more than the others, and I'll tell you why. Most people just simply tie their bikes down to the front. They kind of pin the front wheel in there and then use tie downs off the handlebars and come down and really cinch that bike down, and it kind of compresses the suspension. It does compress the suspension a lot, and that's not really the position that you want to leave all that pressure on your forks. So you don't want to leave them overnight like that, and frankly it's just a lot of extra pressure. I started tying my bikes down like this a while ago, maybe the last 2 years, where I'm tying off to the foot peg. So I've got anchor points in all four corners of this truck. A lot of trucks are going to have that. And then I'm just tying from the foot peg to the foot peg, and I pin the bike with the front tire up in the front corner. And then this rear side over here, I pin that against the side, and then I just cinch these straps down. Now, it puts almost no extra pressure on the suspension that it wouldn't have under its own weight anyway. Basically, the bike is really only holding its own weight up, and it's really, really secure there in a nice position. Another trick that I learned with this is that if you put your tie downs in this way, so you've got this strap to pull on, so you've got the clip on here, you can put your own weight on the bike and then just pull on that tie down and really just kind of cinch this really tight. Now, the bike is extremely secure in this way. If you were to flip the tie down around, it's just a little bit harder for you to actually get as much tension on these tie downs. You can see that these are basically bowstring tight right now, and that keeps this bike locked in place really well. If you secure your bike like this and keep these straps tight with the front wheel pinned up against the corner and the back wheel pinned up against the side of your bed, the bike is super secure. There's hardly any weight on the suspension. And so a lot of times I'll just, if I got back from a long ride and I'm super tired and everything, when I've got the bike secured in the back of the truck like this, I don't even have to take it out of the truck that night. I don't have to loosen my tie downs. I can just get home, pull the truck in the garage, and then go inside and shower off and everything and come back to this later, or even the next day. You'll know you've got it done right if you've got your strap where you can hear it like this. See, that's basically bowstring tight, and that makes this bike locked in place really well. So that's my first choice if I'm just going to haul one dirt bike in the back of the truck. That is a primo way. Before I get too carried away by showing you how I like to haul two dirt bikes in the back of the truck, I want to show you my second favorite way to haul one bike in the back of the truck, and it's actually pinning it up against the side just like this. In fact, this is the first half of putting two bikes in the back of the truck. What I do is I bring the bike in and I try to pin my front tire with this handlebar cocked all the way over, and I try to pin the front tire right in the dead center of my bed right here. It's important that you get this pinned in here just correctly. And then because of the extra binding action of doing it against the handlebars like this, you actually don't have to compress the suspension very much. See how loose this tie down is? And the tie down on the other side isn't that much tighter, but the bike is really, really secure. And then once I shut the tailgate here, the bike is going to become very, very secure. Watch this. Another benefit of doing it this way is I can actually still see out of my back through the rear view window because I've got a mostly unobstructed view right behind me, which makes this a really nice way to haul one dirt bike. Let's say you got to haul two dirt bikes in the back of the truck, but you still want to be able to shut your tailgate. I did this video a little while back, but I wanted to do a follow-up on it because this is a shorter bed truck than I had before, and I've had a ton of people ask me if you can actually do this with a bed that is only 6.5 feet long, and I want to show you that now. I basically just get the bikes pinned with the front tires pinned right in the middle of the truck, and tie them down to the front corners, and then kick the back ends to the side over like this. And then even with a 6.5 foot bed, I'm able to still shut the tailgate, and that way you can put gear in there, your ramp and everything without it falling out. If you have a bed that's any shorter than 6.5 feet, this probably isn't going to work for you. Things to note, you want to make sure that the bars are all the way locked against the, the stops. If you have a bike where you can take the steering stop bolts out, it does help because that actually shortens the distance of the bike inside the bed of the truck. This Kawasaki, I cannot take the steering stop bolts out. It is what it is, but it still has plenty of room. See, this is a brand new tire on here on the front and the rear, and the bike still will shut in there. If you've got it directly in the dead center, and then you put it out to the sides on a bed like this on a Ford, you can definitely get this to work. On my Super Duty truck that I had before this, it was actually a 6 3/4 foot bed, so it was even easier to do, but this is a 6.5 foot bed. As you can see, I'm not even putting any pressure right here. Although if your bikes are just a teeny bit longer and it does put pressure on the tailgate, that just makes them that much more secure. Bikes like this in the truck like that, they are pushing against each other and they're actually more secure than just one bike in the back of the truck, is what I have typically found. I hope you were entertained or liked something in this video. If I've earned your subscription, please hit the subscribe button. If you actually want to get this ramp that I show in this video here, it's actually the step ramp. If you go to stepramp.com and use the referral code Kyle when you're checking out, KYLE, it actually helps support me. I do get a commission if you use Kyle at checkout on the step ramp, because that thing is still the best ramp that I have ever used, bar none. If you want to get some of these tie downs, I have these over on my website sometimes. Dirtbikechannel.com. Right now you can go get yourself some tie downs, and that will get you entered to win one of the 3 dirt bikes that I'm giving away right now. I'm giving away a 2020 KTM 250XE, 2020 300XEW, KTM 300XEW, and a 2020 Sherco 300 ASCF factory. This bike here, the KX250X, it's really only the X. They dropped the C off of it. But this bike will be a sweepstakes bike in the spring. But if you want to get entered to win the bikes now, you have to do this between October 31st or October 15th and December 15th of 2020. This bike will be a bike that we give away in 2021. So that's our show for today. Hopefully that helps you to secure your bikes a little bit more securely on your trips as you're going out to ride. And as always, leave a single track. Thanks.